Hi everyone, it's Alison here from Freddie Loves Crochet, back for another tutorial. This one is for a really simple yet really beautiful block stitch granny blanket. So I've done mine as a throw for my couch in my new crochet, which is a office in the garden really, which has been turned into my crochet room. Here you go. Have a closer look at it. It uses granny square technique type thing, but it's slightly different, using some rows of chains in between. And I have finished mine off with a 3 rows of camel stitch as well, which is included in the tutorial. I have used for this pattern Sheepy's Chunky Monkey in teal. It's an Aran or worsted weight yarn in teal, pale grey and mulberry. For the size that I've done it, I needed 9 skeins of teal and 3 skeins each of the pale grey and mulberry. Obviously you can use any yarn, any weight yarn as well, and you can do it to any size. It's completely customizable, but it's lovely, so quick, only takes a few evenings to whip up really fast. And it's just a bit different to a regular granny blanket. If you want to just give a slightly different look, these little flashes of colour are lovely. So I'm going to talk you through that tutorial today. So we're going to start off, first of all you need your hook. I'm using a 6mm hook for the Sheepy's Chunky Monkey yarn. This is really nice for a blanket, this one, because it doesn't get that horrible sort of bobbly pile on it. So, and it's really quite heavy, so it's lovely and squashy for a nice warm blanket or throw. And we're going to start off, you obviously will match your hook to your yarn. If you're using this yarn, I would recommend a 6 though. So we're going to start off with a magic circle. If you're not a magic circle fan, you can start off with a chain of 6 and then join them together with a slip stitch. But I'm going to teach this with a magic circle way, as that's my preference. So for a magic circle, for those of you who aren't particularly au fait with it, we have, if you're right-handed, you have the tail end to your left, wrap it round so it crosses with this long end coming out the back here, turn your fingers round, hook underneath the yarn and pick up that back piece of yarn there. And so basically you're making a slip knot but without pulling it tight. Then, without letting things go, keeping that circle about the size of a 2p piece, pick up your yarn, however you do that, yarn over, and you want to chain 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. So it starts off this like a regular granny square, and how a regular granny square would start. So we have a chain 3, which counts as 1 double crochet. I am going to use primarily US terms, but I will also reference UK terms. So it's a UK double, or sorry, a UK treble or a US double. So we're going to make another 2 US doubles to go alongside that chain of 3 to make our first granny stitch. So that's, so we've got 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do our first corner, which is a chain of 2, 1, 2, and then remembering that for a UK treble or a US double, we yarn over, we go into the circle, yarn over, pull it out of the circle, yarn over 1, pull through 2, and yarn over through 2, and then you do that twice more. So that you have another. Ooh. The only thing with this yarn, it is quite splitty because it's made up of like individual strands that are quite defined from each other. There we go. So there's our first corner. So we're going to do that twice more. Chain 2 in the corner. So this is just like a regular granny square. So another 3 US doubles, UK trebles here. So that's 1, 2, and 1 more. chain 2, and that's 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and finally you need a final chain 2 before we pull the circle and pull it all together. So we're going to pull that tight, so then you've got your final corner, and where you're going to do a slip stitch into the top of the 3rd chain that you started with. So I like to pick up 2. Every chain has 3 strands within it. I like to pick up 2 of them rather than just 1. So instead of just 1, try and get 2 of the 3, because it makes it a much nicer finish. There we go. So then you can trim the yarn and fasten off, and grab your next colour. Okay, so my next colour is the mulberry colour, and this time we're not going to just carry on and do a granny square like you would do with a regular one. We're going to create some chains now. So this is where it becomes the block stitch instead. So we're going to start off with a slip knot on our hook. Okay, and then insert your hook into one of those chain 2 corners and make a single crochet. So yarn over, which is a US term, it's a double in the UK. Yarn over, so you've got 2 loops, and then yarn over again, so you're going through both of those. So there's a single crochet. Now we're going to chain 3 here, 1, 2, 3, and then into the same corner and make another single crochet. So you've got a single crochet, chain of 3, and another single crochet in one corner. Then we're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, which gets us across to the next corner. In there we put your hook in, and you're going to make a single crochet, a chain of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in the same corner another single crochet. Reminder that a single in the US is a double in the UK. Yarn over, 1, 2, 3, and then so 3 chains in between each corner, and then a single, 1, 2, 3, and another single in there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, into the corner, give myself some more yarn there, yarn over, keep that, try and keep all your ends on one side. There's no turning with this. We can turn if you want, but I prefer to just do it all the front. 1, 2, 3, hook in, single crochet in there, and then finally 1, 2, 3, and into the last. So you're going to then I need to actually explain that, don't I? You're going to then join with a slip stitch into the top of the first single crochet that you made at the beginning. So if you see, there's the single crochet, you can see it there. This is the stitch above it. So you're going to put your hook all the way through both loops, yarn over, and pull through without yarning over again. You just want a slip stitch there. Okay, so we're going to fasten off. So trim your yarn and then yarn over, pull through. So as you can see, we've now got some chains. So these chains form where we're going to work our next round. So the little chain 3 loops in the corners create our corner spaces, and here the chain 3s at the side, they create the spaces that we're going to work into for the next round. So you're going to return back to your main colour, which is teal for me. And then you're going to make a slip knot again on your hook. You don't have to join this way. It's my preferred way of joining. I think it's more secure than just putting your hook in, but you join however you want to. And you're going to join your yarn in one of those chain 3 corners. There's quite a lot of ends to deal with when it's quite small here, changing colour. Right, so you're going to then, once you've got your hook in and the slip knot on your hook, so yarn over, pull it through, and then we're going to make a chain with that, so that's joined. So now we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Kind of squidge it up a bit because you're going to have to get quite a lot of stitches into here. So yarn over into there, and we're going to make another 2 doubles here to go with that chain of 3. And that's your first cluster, and then 1, 2 for the corner, and then back into that same space with the same chain 3 and make another 3 doubles. 1, 2, 3. Then you're going to do a granny cluster of 3 where these chains are. Okay, so you're going to use those chains as you stitch to insert. So yarn over and then do another 3 doubles, which is a UK treble, in around these chain 3s at the side. And this is why it calls it this block, because normally grannies kind of alternate granny stitches, but you're sort of stacking these clusters above each other by working around chains instead of working into the gaps in between the clusters. So we're going to move, we've done 3, we don't need to do anything but moving on, we just go to the next place. We don't need to do any chains or anything in between. Going now to the next corner space, yarn over, we're going to create 3 doubles in here. 1, 2, 3, and then a chain 2 for our corner, and then another 3 doubles in there, which is the sort of the beginning of the next side where we turn the corner. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then yarn over. We're going to do another 3 doubles into the chain on the side, that chain 3 along the side. Ooh, just caught up my tail end there. One, 2, and 3, and then we're at the next corner. You can see it's starting to build and stack, where you just end up seeing, you don't see these chains here, you just see these little single crochets, those little flashes of colour, which is what makes it really pretty. So another 3 doubles into the corner chains there, and then if you remember, it's a chain 2 for the next corner, and then another 3 doubles in the same space. 1 and 2 and 3. We're almost there, we've got 1 left, so hopefully by now you know that it's 3 doubles here. And then into that corner, another 3 doubles into those corner chains, and then chain 2, and another 3 doubles, 1, 2, and 3, and then finally we've got 1 set of 3 to go here. So it's the basics of a regular granny square, and if you can do those, you'll do this no problem. It's just knowing how many chains and where to put your hook and things as you go around. And obviously once you've mastered the first couple of rounds, it's really quite simple and self-explanatory. So what I did there, I joined to the very top. I'll do that again for you actually. I joined to the very top of that, so the 3rd chain in that first post there of stitches. So that was the 3rd chain at the top. I'm going to put my hook in, try and pick up 2 loops of the 3 of the chain. It just makes it a little bit neater and more secure. Going to yarn over, pull that through, and then pull 1 through the other there. as a slip stitch join. You can do things like invisible joins there if you want to, depending on, you know, how fussy you are about neatness. But as you're going round, you don't really see those joins because you're going to crochet over the majority of them anyway. So after that, I'm going to do another colour change. Okay, so I've got my next colour now, which is pale grey for me. I'm going to make a slip knot on my hook. And then just like we did with the mulberry, I'm going to put that straight into there. If you don't like joining this way, you can make a chain before you do your single crochet. I just like to do these standing stitches where I just start crocheting straight away. So start making stitches straight away. Hook in, we're going to do a single crochet. So yarn over, which is a UK double, and you've got 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2. So that's your single crochet. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. Into the same space, make another single crochet. So all of your corners are made up of a single crochet, a chain 3, and a single crochet. 1, 2, 3 gets you to the next gap in between the clusters. So that's where you're going to make a single crochet in there as well. So this round is made up of single crochets and chains. And every subsequent round now will be exactly the same. It's just that you'll have more to do in between. 1, 2, 3, and then the next gap there, you make a single crochet. You're working in the gap, not into the top of the stitch. 1, 2, 3, get you to the last, well, the next corner. Hook in, we're going to make a single crochet, and if you remember what we do for corners, it's 1, 2, 3, and then hook in and make another single crochet. So your corners are made up of that. 1, 2, 3 chains into the next gap there and make a single crochet, remembering that a single is a UK double. 1, 2, 3, hook in, make a single crochet into that space between the clusters, and then we're working our way to the next corner. 1, 2, 3, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and another single crochet, and we're turning the corner again. 1, 2, 3. Do you like how my nails match the grey there? And hook in to the gap. Oh, split the yarn a bit there, and then single crochet. 1, 2, 3, hook in, single crochet to the next corner. 1, 2, 3, single crochet and 3 in the corner. One, 2, 3, and then into that gap, making sure you see in your corner you've got your single, your chain 3, and another single, chain 3, single. We're nearly there now. 1, 2, 3, into that gap, another single crochet, and then another final chain of 3, and we're now going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that first single crochet. So there's the first single crochet. We're now going to hook in, yarn over, and pull that through to do a slip stitch there to join. Then you're going to trim your yarn, and there you go. So all subsequent rounds now are alternate between what you've done here for the teal and what you've done here. It just that they get a bit bigger. So the first 2 rounds are a little bit different, but rounds 3 and 4 just repeat now. So you can make the blanket as big as you would like it to be. However, whether you want it just lap size for a single bed, it will be a square blanket. It won't be rectangular. So it's perfect kind of folded over on the back of a couch. Looks great for that. Obviously rectangle blankets often work better on beds and things like that, so it's a really nice sort of throw just to have around to throw over you when you're watching TV. So you're going to repeat rounds 3 and 4. Obviously this bit in between gets bigger, but the corners are always the same. You keep repeating that until you've got the size that you want. When you've got the size that you want, come back here and I'll show you how to do the camel stitch border. So I've gone all the way around, single crochet, and I'm back to where I started, and I'm going to do a slip stitch in the top of the very first single crochet that I did. So hook in, yarn over, pull it through, and then pull through the loop that's on your hook as well. So we can fasten off your main colour now and join the next colour that you want. Okay, for me, because I finished with grey here, I would do the mulberry next, but on my original blanket I finished with the mulberry, so I did the grey next. So you know, you sort of decide which way you want it. You don't just have to do this sort of size border, you can make it bigger as well if you want to incorporate more colours into it. But it gives, this camel stitch gives this really lovely look of it having been knitted, so it's got this knit stitch kind of effect to it. And it gives a really sort of, it's raised, so it's quite tactile, and it gives a really good definition to the edge of your blanket. So we're going now, so I'm going to choose mulberry, choose your colour, and we're going to do the camel stitch now. So let me find the end of my yarn, here it is. We're going to make a slip knot again on our hook. This is a great beginner blanket for all those beginner basic stitches, because it uses all of the sort of the main basic stitches that you need, because we're now going to be working with the half double crochet. So we're going to have a slip knot on our hook, and we're going to go into that corner space as usual, and we're going to join. So yarn over, pull through, and then just do a slip stitch to join there like that. So we're going to now use half double crochets, which is a half treble in the UK, which means you yarn over, you go into the space, yarn over, pull it through, so that you've got 3 loops, 1, 2, 3 on your hook, and then you yarn over and pull through all 3. So in each corner you're going to do 2 half doubles, a chain of 2, and another 2 half doubles, just the same as what you did really with the singles on the previous round. So 1 and 2, there we go. So you've got your corners here. So then for the first round of camel stitch, all you're going to do are half doubles, which is a UK half treble again, all the way around in the top of every single crochet from the previous round. Okay, so the first round, really simple. It is actually camel stitch, really simple and really effective. It's about putting your hook in a different loop, which gives it the knit effect. So for the first round of camel stitch, I would like you to do just some half doubles in every stitch, and in the corners 2 half doubles, 2 chain, and another 2 half doubles. So if you pause it here and go all the way around, obviously if you've got a big blanket it might take a while. Please make use of the timestamps at the bottom, and I also have all the written instructions for this pattern on my website blog, which you'll find the link in the comments as well if you'd prefer to do that. All the way around, and then I'll meet you back joining here and then starting the next round. So you should now have gone all the way around with your half double crochet, and we're just going to join with a slip stitch to the top of that first one that you did, and then we can fasten off and attach your next colour. For me, that colour is going to be the grey colour. Okay, excuse this beam of light here coming in. I'm in my new work space, nicknamed the Crochet. It is a wooden structure in the garden, but it's all fully insulated and double glazed and stuff, and you get so much lovely natural light, and it's really sunny today, yet cold, but I've got nice warm heaters on in here, and so I the sun has just suddenly decided to come out really strong here, so apologies for that. So slip knot on your hook with your next colour, and then we're going to go, and I'm probably going to zoom in a minute just so that you can see exactly where you're going to put your hook. So the first thing you're going to do is join by yarning over, hook in, yarn over, and then pull one through the other to join. So in the corner we're going to do just as you did before, where you did 2 half doubles, 2 chains and 2 half doubles in the corner. So they remain the same throughout the however many rounds of this camel stitch that you do. 1, 2. Okay, and this is where it gets different now. So we're now going to be working here. Now instead of putting your hook, we're going to do halves again. Instead of putting your hook where you normally would, here, I think I'm going to zoom in. Instead of putting it there, you can tilt your work, and you should here be able to see these third loops. So these are basically where you do that yarn over and you don't pull through it, you pull through all 3 in one go. These are what are the loops that it creates here, and this is the third loop at the back. Okay, and we're actually going to work in that loop now. So instead of that one at the top there, and I've yarned over already, tilt your work towards you and pick up that loop there. So you're just going to work in that one loop, and you're going to make a half double in there. So yarn over and pull through all 3. And what you'll see is the unworked stitch at the front where you would normally have worked in here remains unworked, and that's what gives it that knit look. So we'll do that a few more times. So we're going to yarn over, you're going to tilt your work towards you. Don't get confused with this, like there's like a vertical post there as well in between each horizontal bar. Don't be picking that up. The horizontal bar that you need comes in between. So there it is there. Yarn over and pull through all 3. I'm just going to turn that right over so you hopefully can see. There's one there, there's one there, there's one there. We're going to ignore these horizontal bar things here, and that's what we're going to be picking up. As you go round, it sort of gets easier because you naturally will tilt your work towards you. So yarn over, picking up that back loop there, and then completing a half double, which a reminder that's a half treble in UK terms. Gives a really lovely ridged kind of knit effect there. So these are the unworked loops that you would normally work in, but we've left because we're working in this back loop instead. So the trick here is to tilt your work towards you. Where you would normally work like that, you want to tilt it so that you can find where that back loop is. Okay, so you start to see here these knit loops, and if I show you on my completed blanket as well, you can see here, so these were all the unworked loops, and I was working into them at the back there. You can see where I've picked them up, and you continue to do that all the way around as many times as you want to do it. So for my final one, that is just my final row here is just half double crochets. I haven't added on an extra row or anything, so it's just 3 rows of half double crochet. But this row, so the pink, I worked just into the back loops of the grey, and for the blue I worked just into the back loops of the pink, and that's why these particularly stand out as well. Do you like how my nails match my work this week? My nail artist decided to go with my current colour theme. So I'll do that a few more times, and remembering that each corner is a 2 half doubles, 2 chains and 2 half doubles. So you tilt it towards you. Can you see that loop at the back there? That's what you're going to pick up. And that is how we do camel stitch. It's really simple. It actually looks really good, this stitch, if you do it on things like, you know, the twisted headbands, because it gives that nice look, like knit effect as well. So it's a really good one, and it's a nice way of kind of learning a little bit more about the loops and the how the stitches are made up as well. So there you go, you can see it really nicely there. So your next round you would be picking up, if you tilt that towards you, these loops here, not these more sort of diagonally horizontal ones, but sorry, vertical, these horizontal ones here. They're the loops that you're going to pick up, and when you do that on the next round, these are going to stand out nicely as well. So you go all the way around as many times as you want to do it. 2 halves, 2 chains and 2 halves in the middle, in the corners, and then you will slip stitch to the top of the original half double that you made there, and that's how you make the half double camel stitch. I'm just going to zoom back out again just to show you one more time what it then looks like here, and it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's so easy to do, but it gives such a defined border. So like I said, this pattern is available written up on my website for free as well, and my blogs. I'll put the link down in the comments. Please do subscribe. I've got so many ideas, and now I've got my new workspace. I've got lots of opportunities to be able to actually make videos and the tutorials for the ideas that I've got. I've got lots of things coming. Please do subscribe. Please give me a like or even a comment. That would really help as well. I hope you've enjoyed today's tutorial. I know I have, and hopefully I'll see you back here again soon. Thanks now.